Quite recently, we had an opportunity to work with one of the leading upcoming financial services company. The company had a leadership offsite, and when we spoke to the leadership teams, they said that, Solomon, unfortunately, we've not been able to meet the goal of the organization for this particular year. What we want you to do is come and sensitize the people to take up ownership, to take up responsibility, to take up accountability, to ensure that they play to win, to achieve the goal of the organizations, and finally, of course, to come together as one team rather than pulling each other down or breaking or working into silo mindsets. And that's exactly what we managed to do through this entire beautiful business simulation experience called the Quest for King Solomon's Mines. Roughly around 110 participants. We put them into teams of 6 each, and then we of course gave them the rules and the roles for the quest, starting from a base camp, going to the mines, mining gold, and then coming back. We of course gave them time to plan and strategize the number of gold they'll mine, the route they will take, the resources they will carry, and then will they go to a person called Umbopa, who's a 100-year-old wise pirate, who can give them some awesome insights and advice to maximize gold and to maximize the path and the route. The gameplay started, and we saw a lot of behaviors getting displayed, demonstrated. We of course had spoken to the leadership team that please, during the debriefing, come and talk about certain behaviors which you see parallel in the game environment and parallel what was there in the organization. So when we started debriefing, we looked at the possibilities that there was certain amount of gold which could have been mined, but unfortunately they sub-optimized. One is because they did not take ownership, they did not take accountability. More than 50% of the team were actually sub-optimizing their outcomes, and they barely were able to do less than 50% of the mining of the gold. So that's what number one. Number two, also we saw that they were just playing it safe. They were not taking calculated risk. They were not making decisions in the given point of time, and therefore they had sub-optimized the goal of the organizations. Finally, we saw teams competing against each other, pulling each other down, not working together as one team, and most important, not leveraging other team members' strengths. And that's why overall their efficiency as an organization went down to more than 50%. And we made them reflect on all of this, and how you do anything is how do you do everything, and looked at parallel in the work environment, saying that if you're doing exactly the same thing in your work environment, that's probably one of the reasons why you are sub-optimizing the goal of the organization. So we make them reflect. We actually also did ask them a very important question, having gone through this entire experience: what will you commit to do differently to mine more gold for the organization? They of course wrote down their action points, and we discussed that along with the CEO coming and giving his perspective about how did he see in real life and how did he see a parallel in the game environment, and how can we make a paradigm shift to achieve the goal of the organization. Of course, with that action planning, we're going to work with them over a period of time from a coaching perspective and from a learning journey perspective. After the program got over, the CEO was amazed to see generally the teams would shout and yell after the program, but there was a complete pin drop silence for more than a couple of minutes. They were reflecting about what hit them so hard during the entire debriefing point, and that's where the CEO was very, very hopeful that now they will take new action, they will create new mindsets, and that new mindsets will create new actions and new behaviors, and that will help the organization to grow, scale, and achieve its goal. My dear friends, this is exactly why is it very important to get an outside perspective, to move the entire team out of the entire paradigm and show them a mirror of what really are they doing on a day-to-day basis. Is that helping the organization or hindering the organization to grow and scale? And we do a fab job. We don't say that. The clients, their testimonials is what we've been anchored on to tell that we could do a beautiful job for making your teams reflect on the values, the behaviors, the mindsets, and help you to grow and scale. So if you're interested, feel free to get in touch with Team Simrise. We'll be more than happy to work with you and your leaders and your managers. Thank you very much.